What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, how we doing?
Good. Welcome to Have Faith, Show Love, Give Hope, the podcast.
Thanks for having us on.
I appreciate it. Today I got the Pedroza Brothers, right?
Pedrosas.
you two are brothers, and I met Dan.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Daniel, right?
I go by Dan. Daniel
and
Jr.
People call you Chickers.
They call me Chicker. Yeah.
And you're Alex, right?
Alejandro. And we also got our oldest brother, Gabe.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I never met Gabe yet.
No, not yet. You will.
Yeah.
You know what? You may have seen him at the quinceañera.
Oh yeah. No.
He was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did see him. I met a whole bunch of people at the quinceañera.
Yeah, you met a lot of familia for sure.
And me and you. This is how it all happened. So me and you met at a quinceañera, right?
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, I think even this just being on the show, being on your podcast is great, but our first interaction. No, I can't take him anywhere. But no, our first interaction was at a quinceañera, and it was Adriana's, her daughter.
I forgot her.
Lily.
Yeah.
Lily's quinceañera, and so was able to show up there. Came across you guys, met you guys. Kind of hit it off there. We ended up going to Buffalo Wild Wings afterwards.
Yeah.
So kind of capped the night off there. It was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
But yeah.
My wife met your wife in line getting a drink.
That's right.
At the quinceañera?
Yep. And then she's like, "Oh, look, they're gonna have a quinceañera here pretty soon, and we're gonna have one." So she's like, "Go talk to the husband." And I was looking like, "Who's that guy? You know what I'm saying? Who's the husband?" And I like to talk to people. I like to meet people.
Yep.
But I was just looking. Oh, he looks like Mexican. Go say hi to him. But I was kind of like a little nervous because I didn't know you, so I was like,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Let me go say hi to him. And then once I said hi to you, it was like, oh yeah, this dude's cool.
How was he? Was he all right?
He was pretty cool. And then I met you. Was it with the quinceañera, right?
Yeah. So I think we met on the Friday before when we were setting up.
Yeah.
So that was my first time meeting you. You're about 12 slices of pizza in, but hey, I don't hate it. That's what I'm about right there.
Yeah.
Pizza by the slice.
Yeah, I was smashing pizza, and then he told me that you're his brother, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then you told me something about you do dog shows and stuff like that. So
Dog shows, yep, for sure.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Dog shows, man. Well, always been an animal lover.
Okay.
Always been an animal lover. I've had every animal their pariahs in the book.
Yeah, dude had lizards, hamster, all the whole.
I've had hamsters, probably 1 through 9, that just went through the house, and rest in peace. But ferrets, I've had parakeets, I've had birds, I've had it all. But there ain't nothing like a dog that just man's best friend.
Yeah.
So
no, but I was gonna say that's why, because you told me I do dog shows. Maybe one day we can sit down on the podcast.
Yeah.
I remember him telling me that.
Yeah, for sure.
From the get-go. So go ahead, keep going.
I would say I've had all those animals, but my love was always with dogs. I mean, I was about 12 years old when I got introduced to my cousins.
Yeah, he's been showing since he's like.
Oh, man.
Yeah, real young.
Got introduced early.
Yeah, so my cousin on his mom's side, his grandma, Naomi Browning, she owned an Akita kennel, Namika Akitas, and Akitas are big dogs from Japan. They're used for hunting bear. She let me come around the kennel. I started freaking cleaning up the dog pens. She eventually gave me my own dog, so I started showing, and I just fell in love with it.
So that's when you started, when you were 12?
Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah. All kinds of dogs, though. I mean, you're talking Akitas, started with Akitas, and then you got into what other dogs?
Yeah, and now I got Frenchies. Well, I had Frenchies. Now I had American Staffordshire Terriers.
Yeah, and you just won one. You just won one of the shows, right?
Yeah, so I've been showing American Staffordshire Terriers for a while, and I just fell in love with the breed. Mm-hmm. So basically, like pit bulls, but they're brought over to America.
I mean, you want to say it without saying it, but like I mean, if you look at an American Staffordshire Terrier, I mean, that's a pit bull, but it's pure breed. And you look at it, it's nothing like your city dog or anything like that. Like it's a nice looking dog. It was a good dog, good temperament, especially with good owners, like my brother.
Yeah, so I mean, dog shows take me all over the country. So last year I did a show in Dallas, which was great. I've been to Florida, Orlando, Kentucky, Maryland. I go all over the place. The closest show is Toledo at the rec center. So it's just purebred, the sport of showing purebred dogs. It's confirmation. It's AKC registers over 200 dog breeds in the AKC. I got Amstaffs. I show confirmation. It's the dogs pretty much like a beauty pageant. They're judged on what they look like to the breed standard, and I fell in love with it. I love it. You get all dressed up, you get in a suit. I think I'm pretty good. I mean, I've handled a lot of dogs for a lot of other people, so it's a passion of mine that's always been there since I've been 12. So I'm 35 now, just turned 35, and it's stuck with me this long.
There's a big family of you don't imagine the relationships that are built. When you start doing all these dog shows and things like that, and to the point where like he has these folks that come in from all out of town, and they look forward to the Toledo Dog Show, which isn't honestly that big of a show, if we're being honest, right? But they have their ranked dogs that show them there because it's a lot of camaraderie, community. Exactly.
It's a community. I've met some of my best friends are my dog show friends. So, we got Gina Datillo that I got Briggs from, and Briggs is like he's my boy. I mean, I got him tatted right here on me, so you know what I'm saying. So, it's a little personal. Like I've had a lot of dogs throughout the years, but there's something about Briggs that is just.
Everybody loves Briggy.
Brigadier's Toledo's favorite.
You take him to brew pubs. And stuff.
I take him to pubs. I take him to everything. That dog will change your mind on what a pit bull is, and that's all I want to do is spread the word that. Every pit bull is not the same. So after you fall in love, I'll tell you that he's a pit bull.
Because he's a purebred.
Yeah.
And then, so then we talked about coming on the podcast, but you were telling me about the Sofia Quintero and how you were like part of can you explain a little bit about that?
Yeah, so, I just recently, it's not even been a year, but in October of 2023, I joined Sofia Quintero Arts and Culture Center board. So I was
on the board. Yeah.
The board. I'm on the board. So we do good things. There's a lot of just community outreach that's done through that nonprofit organization. So a lot of things going on. But I'm proud to be on that board, and just recently I actually became vice president.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't told me that.
I didn't tell you that.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Vice president.
Hey, the VP.
Yeah.
I knew you'd make it.
No. It's good. It's rewarding, and definitely, like I said, a great program. They do a lot of good work in the South End, but still continue to outreach to a lot of Latino organizations, community, spread that culture. But that's been good.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to make sure I have both of you guys on, because both of you guys had like certain things that you wanted to talk to me about. Right. But I felt like since I met you guys around the same time, that I could have both of you guys on. You guys were brothers.
Oh, for sure.
And you guys got your birthdays like one day after the other.
Brothers, but we've been best friends, man.
You guys are like best friends, right?
Yeah. So the thing on the birthdays, right?
Tell me a little bit about that.
So he and I are one day apart.
Yeah.
I'm on July 3rd.
I'm July 4th.
And then we talked about our older brother. He's July 7th.
Gabriel.
Wow.
Yep. So it's kind of it's crazy that we're that close in our birthdays. Yeah. But then also, the brotherhood that comes along with that, the friendship. Yeah. He and I are like besties. So it's more than just brothers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. So that's why I wanted. I remember like I follow you guys on Facebook. And then one day I seen it was your birthday. The next day they're saying,
"Oh yeah,
that's what every."
It's like Pedrosa birthday week,
that's what everyone says too. It's like, it's the brothers week.
Yeah, your mom's like posting about you, and then your son is like right before you guys too.
Yeah, he's like kind of mid to late June. So it's just like bam.
We're also 6 and 7 years apart as well.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
6 years apart.
So Gabriel it was real close to all being 777. Then that would have been like some you know, like you could go gamble with that because there's a lot of there's some luck there, right?
Yeah.
But no, Gabriel's 6 years older than me, but I'm 7 years older than him. So it would have been a real better story if it would have been like 777.
777.
But no, we didn't quite make it. But we always make fun of my dad because we say we only got, you know, late fall.
Yeah. So because your dad's like he did something where he was having kids around the same exact time.
Yeah, he's like it's on the schedule.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Hey, he knew what was going down.
Yeah, for sure.
Love you, Dad.
Yeah. Love you, Mom.
They're gonna watch it and be like, why are you guys talking about that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We say this in front of them though. So
Yeah,
it's
for
not-
sure.
So tell me about a little bit about tell me a little bit about the family. You guys just had a family reunion. How was that?
Yeah, so I mean, we talked about our family, 3 brothers, but man, my dad comes from a family of 18 siblings.
18
18 siblings. Some of it's you know, there's some half brothers. There's that in there, but for the most part, I mean, like it's a like I said, it's a huge family, and so you have 18 siblings, and then you expand that upon then what are the cousins looking like, right? Your primos, and then down to now we're down to the second cousins now. So we just had a family reunion. I think we counted 105 people that attended that reunion. We were up in
Onstead, Michigan. We actually rented out the Stagecoach Western Resort Lodge, which was unreal. So like, seems like we have a great family and everyone gets along and people can't believe it. We got 105 people and everyone comes every year and like, I mean, it's unreal. Like that's unheard of.
Yeah.
I got friends that have, you know, 1 or 2 uncles and they're not even close to them. Like it's unreal to me and us. Like we're close to everybody.
Yeah.
And like
family first, right?
exactly. And
No
every
fighting,
year,
no fighting or nothing like that.
no.
I mean, family's family. You're gonna have some little.
Most of you guys are.
Yeah. There's
Oh
nothing.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's like every year, our family tradition is each family is responsible for picking a new place for next year. So we've been all over the place. We go to all the parks. We go to we did ours at Put-in Bay. We had
nice.
little local stuff. We've had where else?
Mommy Bay.
Bay.
We've been doing it
Cleveland.
since 2002 is when we started.
Officially went off. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when we started counting. Like, okay, that was like our official reunion. Because when we first started, you didn't even want to call it a reunion. It's just like, hey, let's get together, go camp.
Party.
We went to Kings Island, so we stayed at like campground, and we ended up at Kings Island. But then it just kept progressing. Where then we were like, it's almost like a one-upper.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
really. An unsung one-upper where then, oh wow, that's where we're going next year.
Oh, so it keeps
smokes.
getting better and
It keeps
better.
getting
Yeah,
better
just
and better,
kept
and
better.
like it's too up to that family.
Yeah.
But I think this year we took a little bit of a different approach and we came up with a committee, which was good. And
Shout out to the Pedrosa committee because there was a lot of cousins that came together and had different ideas. Starting to get a little bit more organized around like maybe having some funds. How much should we charge? Make sure we have extras for maybe catering a meal. Those
Yep.
type of things. It was really organized. Like,
it was really organized, and the committee did one heck of a job. All of our shirts look good. It was a cowboy theme. We were on the cowboy ranch, so and what was great about this venue was it was just us.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
all Pedrosa.
Yeah, you guys rented the whole spot.
The whole spot. So it was a house full of 30 rooms.
yeah, well, yeah, I think it was. It probably slept every bit of that, but there was like maybe 10 main rooms, but plenty to spread where everybody could stay.
The rooms were huge.
Yeah.
So your immediate family was probably all staying in those
yeah.
rooms.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was great. We had a pavilion, we had an in-ground pool, we had a fire pit, we had miles and miles of trails that just went off-road. They do a little bit of haunted house up there, so these trails had all the haunted stuff down there. So me and the dogs were walking through there, and
It was
in the
pretty. Yeah, it was
mornings.
pretty
And
cool.
you guys said this is like the top 3 of all of them.
I would say top 3. I mean,
put it top
especially our Texas family showed up, so that was even more special.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of Tios Diaz that came up from down south, and
Like Con.
Yep, it's super cool to just see everybody there. And
Yeah. So you guys are from Texas, or what? Or you guys are from Toledo? Tell me a little bit
So,
about
yeah, good
where you guys
question.
grew up at.
Good question. So we were born and raised in Defiance, Ohio. But if you look at the familia, right? So they started in Northwest Ohio, Belmore area, Putnam County, and so that's where when my grandfather and grandma had migrated up here. That's where they started their family. And he worked for General Motors. A lot of the family started to work for General Motors as well. But then as the family continued to grow, as I said, 18 siblings, they got to a point where I think my grandfather had got disabled at General Motors.
Yep.
And there was an opportunity for him to move back closer to Mexico. So he did. And he took half the family with him. And so that's why we still have family down south. So, a lot of them were actually born here in Ohio, but then we're raised in Texas. So,
And that's McAllen right at the tip. So we're about 30 minutes from the border.
Oh, okay.
And
So it's right by Texas.
right by Mexico.
right by the border, yeah.
Yeah. Right across from Reynosa.
Yep.
And then what high school what high school did you guys go to?
So we actually, like you said, we're from Defiance.
Defiance.
So Defiance is the city, but the outskirts, we were from the country, little country boys. We went to country school, Tenora High School.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's
What do you mean?
small.
Ram Pride. Shout out Ram Pride.
Yeah.
Red Pride?
Ram Pride.
Ram Pride. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ram Country over there. Green and white, Ram Pride.
Green and white. No, it was a good school. I mean, I think I graduated with a group of like 76. It's not a big school at all, but it was about mile from our house. It was a block or two.
Literally a country mile.
Country
That's what they
mile,
call it,
yeah.
Country mile. Like
Country mile.
the way
So-
country set up, mile. So country
Yeah.
mile from there.
Yeah, so we both, obviously, my oldest brother as well, we all graduated from Tenora High School.
Okay.
So
That's
love it every bit of it.
And the town, how was it? Just like, how was your guys' upbringing? Was it like straight country? Because you guys, like,
It's pretty country, not gonna lie. I mean, like,
His started off, I mean,
but you guys are 6 years apart, so.
so we didn't actually move to Tenora District till I was born in '89.
yep.
So he can talk a little bit about before that, because I never had the experience of living where.
Yeah, we started off in Henry County, which, if anybody listens to this, when we say Holgate, Ohio, folks know what Holgate, Ohio is from back home. But
Tigers.
Yeah, it's a little village, but yeah. But no, we had a lot of roots there, a lot of good family roots there. Still have a lot of family down there.
Yeah.
But my dad wanted to move closer to Defiance because, like I said, he was working for General Motors Powertrain.
Oh.
So we moved up to Defiance, and that's where we ended up going to Tenora High School or Tenora School District. So I had a little bit there. My oldest brother pretty much was like half and half. I started in like first grade, and he spent his whole life, or his whole school going to Tenora. But like I said, good school. Shout out to the Rams. I mean,
Yeah.
we love
Yeah.
it.
I'm actually going to a wedding this weekend with a fellow Ram, Andrew Batt in Cincinnati. So
Oh,
Awesome.
is he getting married?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so I'm going down there. It's gonna, the whole Ram crew's gonna be down there.
Some alumni.
So alumni. So it's gonna be a great weekend.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Staying with my cousin Matthew. He's down there in Covington right there. So
Good connect.
linking up with both.
And that's where you met your wife, right? And that's town
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something
So
like that?
yeah, for sure, yeah.
Because I remember you guys telling me that you guys met in the same town or something.
Yeah, so our story, we actually met in 5th grade, but I mean, we didn't start dating till after high school.
Okay.
So, like, we've known each other for a really long time, and we definitely have all of our roots back home. So that's what's cool. But at this point, honestly, we're more Toledoan now than we are Defiance. So,
Yeah.
we moved up here in like 03, I believe, and so we've just kind of been growing our roots here, man, and
Okay.
had our kids, two lovely kids, Elena and Easton.
Eastonito.
And your daughter knows Elena.
Yeah.
So
I met both of your kids. They're amazing.
for sure. Thank you.
Yeah. And then you did you meet your wife over there or something?
Well, I'm not married now.
Oh, you're not. Sorry. Do you have a?
I had a wife. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
No, we're good. We're still cordial. We're still good friends.
Okay.
We communicate all the time. Nothing but love there. Nothing but respect. just didn't work out, and we both have. We still talk. We have a great relationship.
So but did you guys meet? Were you guys from that town?
No. So.
I recruited him up here, so that's a story.
That's
too.
a story too. Yeah. So. I was back in Defiance, and Defiance is a small town, so I was getting a little bit of a trouble, some underage drinking, and I think it was time to. Big Brother said, "I think it's time to move out of there and have a little bit of a change and see what else is out there." So that kind of brings us to me moving up here.
Yeah.
Him working at the Andersons is kind of the reason I moved up here. So
Yeah, I was like, hey, come up here. I can get you into the Andersons. Start working at our fertilizer facility, and so was able to, get him a job, and it was pretty cool. And the rest, I mean, for him in terms of his careers, he's been all I had to do was at least, be that guy that could, vouch for him. Yeah. But everything else in terms of his career has been built on his own. So he's doing good. He's doing great over there.
And then let's talk a little bit about Andersons.
Yep.
So you work for Andersons. I told you this before. I always thought Andersons was just that grocery store.
The grocery store, and that's what most people think of. So it turns out the Anderson store was only 3% of our whole business. So it's like no one saw the big picture, and even they see the commercials on TV. They see the big wheel of cheese around Christmas time. They seen Chicker on TV grabbing salt on WTOL 11, grabbing salt with his little cameo appearance there on the news.
Make a cameo one time.
But he. Probably an interesting story on how you even got to the Andersons first.
Yeah, I never thought
with our brother Gabe.
So we got to give a shout out to Gabriel too, because he's actually the one that brought me up to Toledo.
Yeah.
So Gabriel, he works for First Energy. Okay. So he's a lineman. A lot of respect for him. He's got a very hard job. Yeah. Very challenging job. Very risky job.
Mentally.
Yep. So, I mean, he's done very well there. They're a great company. But where he started, though, was he wanted to do things on his own. He would try to do his own business. Mm-hmm. So he started a bit of a concrete business, started to learn things like concrete lifting and leveling, concrete overlays, and then also pouring concrete. So
a lot of decorative work, too.
Yeah, decorative concrete, stamping
and, overlays.
So when he started that, and I had ran into a little lull between college and trying to figure out what I needed to do, some financial, all right, I need to just step back and work, get some money back in my pocket, and then reroute. He asked me to come up and help him and work with him. And so he started a little gig. We kind of started a little gig because I was there with him doing shows and stuff like that. But that's kind of how I made my way up to Toledo. But eventually got to a point where we hit that lull in the winter, where concrete business just...
Yeah.
And if you don't have that backup plan, you better figure something out, right? Yeah. So start applying at different jobs. He's like... honestly, I'll give him the props because he's kicked me in the butt. Like, hey, let's go start putting some applications in. Mm-hmm. So we both applied for the Andersons. We applied several other places, but the Andersons is one that ended up calling me back.
Kind of paved the way for both of us.
Yeah, yeah. So that was in 2005, and good gig working in the retail division.
You worked at the store first?
I actually worked I was in behind the scenes, in the distribution center.
Warehousing, right?
Yeah, warehousing. Yeah. So forklift operator. Okay, yeah. That's where I kind of cut my teeth.
I did something like that before.
Yeah, forklift operator and unloading trucks and stuff like that. That's where I started to learn shipping, receiving, purchase order, all that stuff. So yeah, my first kind of dipping the toe into supply chain management, which is what I do now.
So you worked all the way up, and now you're in the supply.
Yeah, a couple different roles. I mean, I don't need to go into details about that, but yeah, plenty of different roles, and I'm currently they would call it sales and operations planning. So supply chain management.
And then what's the majority of things that Anderson buys or sells or whatever?
So Anderson's was founded in 1947 off of one grain elevator.
Damn, you know the story like that?
Oh yeah.
Holy smokes!
Hey, I do a lot of onboarding.
He needs He needs a little.
So we've been around for 7 decades. We just celebrated 75 years a couple of years ago. So Anderson's has always been a part of the community around here. They're big into community involvement. Right now we got our A&I, our nutrient and industrial. What we're currently in, we got our grain. We have ethanol. So we're in a lot of different stuff. So when you reach back to the store, like the store was only 3% of what was going on. So it's like, I think it once our new CEO came in, they realized it was losing $1 million a year. Yeah. Then it's pretty obvious it got cut. So, I've been at Anderson's for 12 years now. So I started, he got me in and got me the interview. I started.
I didn't even know you worked at Anderson's.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I just thought you had you showed dogs and you had the camp thing.
No, so I'm
He still got.
So currently I'm the operations foreman there. I got a team of 8, and but it all started on the line. So bagging fertilizer, hang, sealing, stacking, and I've worked my way up ever since. I've been there 12 years, like I said. So I've
Blue collar grinding, man. Blue collar grinding.
Always. So it's always been a grind. I've always felt like a leader. So I've always been, challenged, love challenges. Yeah. What's next? So I'm always trying to, I've been getting promoted. What's next? So, so there's a lot of little different ops levels, ops 4, 3, 2, I became a crew leader for a while. So run a little bit of a crew of 6 to 8 people, and you're kind of like in charge, but you don't really have any authority. So so I was that for a while, and then I had a manager get a hold of me that said, hey, do you want to maybe think about doing some scheduling? So, working with the sales and operations planning and figuring out what our sales is and planning and scheduling for that plant. So I went over there, and that's when I joined the DG team, and I've been there about 5 or 6 years. I was a scheduler there for a few years, and he actually had that same role in the same office that I was in.
Yeah,
which was
check
pretty
that
cool.
out. Yeah. He was actually in my office that I used to be at.
Damn. So one day he might take your job.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to move
hopefully.
up.
Yeah, hopefully.
You're gonna have to move up.
So since then, I from being the plant scheduler, I interviewed to be the ops foreman. So I'm the ops foreman for the first shift crew at the DG plant. So we make dry and we make liquid fertilizers, organic fertilizers for the ag markets, turf fields. Our stuff's on FIFA World Cup. Our stuff's at Pebble Beach Golf Club.
Wow. Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
It's some of the best fertilizers in the world. So take a lot of pride in what I do, and it all comes from the sales that this guy tells us what we need to make, and we're in a lot of meetings together during the day. So it's like
you guys get to see each other and work all the time?
Yeah, we were on a Teams call earlier today.
Yeah,
hey,
so
what's going on?
He's at the main building over there off Briarfield, but
this is what I wore to work today.
Okay.
This is not what I wore.
Yeah.
I had a
You're more in the operations.
Yeah. But I prefer that. Yeah.
Hey, I was there before though.
He was. Yeah.
I'll put the ops clothes back on if I need to.
No, but that's one thing our dad instilled in us is work ethic, and I mean, myself or him or Gabe can always speak on that.
We're all driven individuals.
It's never been about being lazy or anything. It's what's next, what can we do better. What setting yourself up for the next big thing. I think you can relate to that too. Yeah. So it's all out there.
I work hard, but I want to grow my business more and more and more. But It's gonna take time because I got out of prison 6 years ago, and I've been grinding every day. But I'm in the same.
I know
thing.
We see you, man. We see you. I know you're grinding. We know.
Hard.
Grinding with your business, your faith, and at the gym.
Yeah.
We see it.
I'm trying to do it.
We just got to get you to come to Crunch now.
I get a little overwhelmed because I'm doing a lot.
You're starting to do F3 now.
Oh yeah, F3.
Yeah,
that's great.
We're still waiting. I'm waiting.
I gotta come back. Rupture.
You're Spotify, right?
Yeah, that's what they call me, Spotify, because of my podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
And I told them, I said, my podcast is on YouTube. It's not on Spotify. And they said that's what makes it even better.
Oh yeah.
Because then it's like more of a joke,
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
They're good dudes, though. I want to interview some of those guys too.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah,
There's firefighters, police officers, guys.
A lot of good dudes, a lot of good professionals, a lot of good, just all around good people that are part of the F3 community. I mean,
Exactly, yeah.
So what I was thinking when you were talking about all this Anderson's, I was thinking, I wonder if Anderson wants to sponsor a small podcast.
Well, Anderson's is gonna have to sponsor my dog showing first.
After that, we'll talk to them about that.
After that, we'll get you in the
hopefully
door.
we'll have the marketing team on our butts or something about throwing out Anderson stuff.
I want to take
Yeah, right.
Right?
I want to take a little break real quick because I want to listen back because this is the first time I'm doing the 3 microphones.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about you guys' cooking out and all this stuff that we've talked about before.
Okay,
Like the
cool.
brothers cooking.
Oh, Pedrosa Hermanos.
Even he told me one day something. Yeah.
Pedrosa,
Our little
Cookout,
it
right?
might be
catering company.
Yeah, it might be a new catering company.
Yeah, let's take a little break real quick.
Sounds good.
We're back, and we're with the Pedroza Brothers.
Pedrosa.
Pedroza. And then some people say like really Americanized, like Pedrosa.
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 But I'm Cuban, so I think I can say a little bit Pedrosa.
You can say Pedrosa. You got it.
Pedrosa with a Z.
Pedrosa.
Right? Pedrosa.
And you know what's funny is 2023, I made like a little what do you call it, New Year's resolution that I'm gonna stop Americanizing the name and stop saying Pedroza and start saying Pedrosa. I've been saying Pedrosa ever since because I'm like, why have I been doing that? Why the heck have I been doing that? I don't know, just a little thing for me.
Yeah, because you yourself were doing it.
I've been saying that since I was little.
Oh, okay.
Pedrosa.
Well, I think it's just the culture we were in, and
I know.
Yeah, the racism when we were younger, and not racism, but just we were around a bunch of American people, and we wanted to be more like
You want to try to assimilate, you want to be more like everybody else, and so
you want people
not
to say
trying
it,
to draw
you want
on
people
it.
to say it right.
Not exactly. You don't. Yeah, no, not everybody can say Pedrosa.
I know.
It's a struggle, right? But so you try to Americanize it a little bit, and
I do appreciate them saying it the right way, not Pedroza or Pedrosa or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my name is Yosvani Gasita.
Yosvani Gasita.
Yeah, that's why people call me Yogi.
That's a badass name.
Yosvani Gasita.
That's pretty damn good.
And I don't even have a middle name or nothing.
I'd be going by Yosvani all the time if I had
I
your
know,
name.
but nobody could, when I was growing up, nobody could say. So one kid said, "Hey, your name is Yogi," so it just stuck. Yogi.
Yep.
No, that's good though.
Now everybody calls me Yogi ever since I was a little kid.
Yeah, for
All
sure.
right, so I wanted to ask you guys. You guys are always cooking out. I've been invited to some of your cookouts.
Yeah.
I've been to your house and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about your guys' cookouts and the stuff you were telling me about. One day you would love to have like brothers, whatever.
You want to go or?
I would just say cooking's been a part of our lives, since the beginning of time. I said all of our family on both sides are blessed with some good cooks and traditions and family meals, and our mom is probably one of the best cooks there is. I know everyone says that. Every person says that, but anyone that is out there that has had my mom's cooking,
Sally Santos will say her name.
Sally Santos.
Yeah.
She sells tacos at Campbell Soup, Tuesday, Thursday, $2 taco. Shout out.
Little promo.
Is that her job? Or she works?
She works at Campbell's.
She works at Campbell's, but yeah, she's got a little side hustle too. She's slanging tacos on the side, and they're a hot commodity, man. She's got a list, and it just keeps growing. So kudos to her, and that's something I want to do, eventually. But I would say we've been blessed with a great family on both sides that just have the passion and love for cooking, and it hasn't gone by the wayside here either.
No, I completely agree. As he mentioned, like on the cooking side, especially like authentic, Mexicano meals. Like my mom is like, she's taught us the ways, and it's not even ever like, hey mom, give me the ingredients to make arroz. It's no like,
because you're not getting them.
You're not getting the ingredients because she doesn't know that. She don't know like the measurements. Well, I use a little bit of garlic. I use a little bit of comino. I taste it. Like that's how you learn. And honestly, that's when I was like a freshman in college. I remember I was like terribly homesick. I needed like some soul food, Mexican soul food, right?
Yeah.
So I needed some like carne guisada or something. And
Rice, beans,
rice,
homemade
beans.
tortillas.
I needed that meal. And I was like, Mom, you got to walk me through this. I'm hurting. And so she's like, well, make sure you got garlic, cominos, onion. You know, those you're gonna need those, and then whatever meat you making.
The chicken bouillon.
Yeah, chicken bouillon, caldo de pollo.
Caldo de pollo.
Yeah. So those are the just.
So she basically walked you through it and like showed you how to cook.
Yeah. So
and not only that, but you've been watching her too.
Well, that, and then I had to go through my own lessons and learning. You know, did I oversalt it? You know that, but at least she guided me. It didn't like hand feed me the ingredients. It was like, hey, this is what you need to do. So like learn how to cook on the stove too. But then like back to the Pedrosa family and my dad, like he was always grilling. So we learned that side too. So we have like both sides where we're like, okay, we can throw down on the grill. We can get up behind the stove.
Dad was
Don't ask
definitely
me to bake anything.
Yeah, exactly. To this day, I can't bake, but I mean, I'll eat a monster cookie any day there is. But you know what I'm saying. So you know, our dad was the griller back in the day. So like before we ever got on the grill, my dad's a steak and potato guy, so we were having steaks, and I mean now he enjoys our steaks that we cook for him. But shout out to Dad. I mean he was the one showing us the charcoal ways.
Charcoal.
So I mean I can honestly say this, and I know Dan. I mean our brother Gabe. I know he likes the gas, maybe just for the convenience, but we're charcoal all the way. And I've upgraded to a Pit Boss. You know, I'm all about the smoking now. But
that is a nice like hybrid option now. Is that those wood pellets, because you get that smoky flavor, but you can also sear versus just straight up gas. Gas, man, I get so upset with gas sometimes. Flare ups. Oh man, I'm losing my mind.
And it's pellet grill is almost like a gas grill, like in the sense of how easy it is.
The convenience
side of it is, you know, set it and forget it. So you're cooking a pork butt. You want to start it off at 225. You fill a hopper full of pellets, set it to 225, and that thing's rolling. Smoke rolling, as long as that chamber and auger's going, it's rolling, baby.
And those pellets are real wood. They're just like
you can get
mesquite.
There's all tri-blends, there's cherry, there's applewood, there's anything you can. They even make charcoal pellets now, so it's great.
Back to the reunion. So he and I threw down on his birthday for the reunion. We made, I think it was 6 pork butts.
Yeah, 6 or 7 pork butts for
almost
the whole 105 people that were
60
there.
60 pounds of carne that we threw down, and we had a couple little hiccups.
Yeah.
But
we're not going to speak about
we won't
that.
speak
Well,
on
the
that.
thing is, you had to use someone else's grill, somebody, right?
No. We did it at my brother Dan's. So,
okay.
So let's take it back a few months ago. We're going back to Christmas time. Dan wanted to throw down some stuff on the smokers, so he
had a brisket.
He wanted to throw down, so he calls brother Al. Hey, can I use your smoker?
Yeah.
Well, it's never got returned, so.
This is how it goes when you lend things out, right? Right? Like you lend a shirt to somebody, and you never get it back.
Yeah, so
I pretty much. I mean, I think his Pit Boss is mine now because it stayed long enough.
If Pit Boss or Traeger is out there listening, I will take the Ironwood XL delivered to my address.
My brother stole mine on accident.
Right?
Yeah, but how about that new thing you got?
The flat top.
Yeah, how are those?
So I will tell you, shout out to my wife, Desi.
Yeah.
She's always wanted the flat top. So that was we said, all right, let's do like Mother's Day, Father's Day. Mm-hmm. We'll do that because, I mean, they are pretty convenient, especially if you're going to cook like a big old breakfast.
Yeah.
Those are really cool to do all that because you got a big flat iron grill and you're throwing eggs, you're throwing bacon, and you can do hash browns.
The dream's having it all. Having them all available.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to
kitchen.
You don't know what you're going to cook.
Flat top, charcoal, smoker. Yeah, that's the mecca.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can't put an egg in like one of those grills because the egg would just fall right through.
Yeah.
So it's perfect to have a little bit of everything to have access to.
For sure.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, cooking's always been involved with our family, but I would say it's a big passion for myself and Dan. I would say. I mean, I'm obsessed, to be honest. I'm obsessed with watching YouTube videos and new recipes and what I can do.
Meat Church. He follows Meat Church.
Yeah, shout out Meat Church. That's one of my favorite guys, Matt Pittman. Yeah. He is a YouTube star that I started following and just became obsessed with. He cooks for the Dallas Cowboys, which that's our team. So
Yeah, I know you're a Steelers
Cowboys
fan.
fan. I heard you. I seen you were a
shit, I
Steelers
saw
fan when
it.
you
He
pulled
said
up.
Steelers stuff all over. But
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
So Matt Pittman, his channels, his name's Meat Church. So they do seasonings, and he also does like tutorial videos on what he's cooking that weekend. And he's based out of Waxahachie, Texas. So going back to the dog show, like last October, I told Dad I was going to a dog show in Dallas. So I was traveling, all the miles to Dallas.
Yeah.
And at the time, my best friend brother over here let me borrow his Silverado. Got a little bit better gas mileage because I had the big old mud tires on mine, and it was just a better option. So went there. So I was set off to a big dog show in Dallas. It was our national last year. It was in Dallas, Texas. So I was going. My dad wanted to go down and see family down in McAllen. So he's like, "Hey, let me ride with you." I was like, "Hell yeah!" It's just me, Brigadier, and Solo, my other dog. So he came, and we made the stretch. We left, 5 a.m. We got to, I would say, Little Rock, Arkansas, about 5, 6 p.m. Stayed the night there. Went to a nice downtown. Went to a little pub. Had a few cordials, a few Miller Lights, and I probably had some Busch Lights.
Bush lattes.
Forever faithful. Spent the night there. We did the rest of the stretch the next day. So made it to Dallas. Everything was good. My dad got to watch the dog show for the first day. Then I drove him down to my Tia's, and he was down there. He didn't come back for about 3 months. So
Legit, yeah, he was down there for a while. He hadn't gone in a while, so he definitely made up for some lost time.
yeah, he definitely
He did. He enjoyed himself. He made his rounds, and
That's the best thing about these dog shows too. It's like it's not only I don't care about winning. Like I don't have enough money to get my dog ranked, but I will say Brigadier's second year. There's a thing called you go for best of breed, or you go for owner handler best of breed, which is a guy that actually owns the dog and is campaigning him, who's showing the dog, and it's its owner, because there's a lot of politics in dog shows. There's a lot of professional handlers. There's a lot of stuff that goes into just making it not fair, judge favoritism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So my core group, like I told you, I got Gina, Rick, Steve, Anna Jackson, Danielle, all them guys and gals, like they're my best friends, and we go to dog shows because we love seeing each other. Like it's a family. And I drove all the way to Dallas. I didn't even make the cut. Me and Briggs didn't even make the cut. That's a lot of money. But it doesn't matter because I was with my friends, Tristan down in Austin, Dallas, like he's one of my best friends too. Like it's just a family thing, and I love it. But what dog shows do is it takes me all across the country. So I've been to Orlando a few times, like I said, Maryland, Dallas. I'm putting in the miles. But there's nothing like just spending that weekend with your friends and enjoying, the sport of purebred dogs and just talking dogs. And, everyone has a hobby, and that's been my hobby since I've been young. So I'm very passionate about it. And I don't know. It's just,
you know what he gets to do though on those shows is he gets to cook out.
yeah.
So,
yeah,
I show up to these things too, and like there was one in Monroe. Here he is cooking out. He's throwing chili down, or they're grilling out, or they're smoking something all day because he's got the little I got the little
tailgate pit boss too. So we're cooking a pork butt. I got a huge roaster of chili going. I love chili. It's been a part of our fam for a while, but I think makes some pretty good chili. So. That's always when it starts to get a little bit cool out and
fall weather,
that's definitely on the menu.
Fall weather, football, chili.
Yeah, so
And some brewskis.
For sure. And these guys, Dan and Desi, Gabe and Kel, they've come to a couple dog shows, mom and dad as well. But Uncle Oscar, they definitely supportive, and they've always been around, and I'm sincerely appreciative of all my family and them might not understand the dog show, like you don't need to, but just showing up for family is what's most important.
They gotta understand that you love it, and that's it.
Exactly. And my dog show family is they love all my family. Like it's like we've kind of made a little bit of tradition, like the Toledo dog show that he was talking about. It's like these guys look forward to this small dog show because not because of who's winning, who's losing. we don't care who's winning because it doesn't matter. It's what happens afterwards. We've been going to Dan's house. We're in the jacuzzi. We're throwing down. I'm showing them the best pizza,
Cooking out.
pizza in Toledo. Shout out Stubborn Brother.
There's something about you that you're like well favored in your family. I noticed that when the quinceañera, when they called you up to give your niece like a little doll or bear, everybody started clapping way more than like.
He's a fan favorite.
Yeah, like
he's a fan favorite.
I could tell like that. I don't know if you're the baby or
I am the baby.
But like I can tell, like I even told you, remember?
Yeah.
I was like, man, your brother when they called him, everybody's like, yeah.
Oh, for sure. He's got a magnetic personality. He's the icebreaker of the group. He's probably the most extroverted of us brothers. I'm like kind of in between. Go figure, right? I'm the middle brother. But Gabriel too can hold down good conversations, very meaningful conversations. Very wise guy, but like. Him, like I said, he's got a lot of energy. He's the youngest of us. Fun to hang around. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can tell.
I always have a good time hanging with him, and that's
in the community. Yeah, you build this community with these people. You know what I mean? You're cooking out for them, and you're
everywhere I go. So yeah, whether it be a dog show, whether it be family reunions, whether it be just a cookout, we show love and we show passion and we show our best work through food. I feel like I love cooking for someone. I love hosting. He loves hosting. And that's just us. That's our personality. And like, I always want people to feel welcome, and they're always welcome at any of our houses. And it's never
open doors, man. And 7 times reached out to you, even just random. Hey, what are you guys doing?
That's awesome.
We're cooking something. Do you feel like eating?
You always know we're cooking something, and odds are it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's all good. And I appreciate that, man, because ever since me and my wife have been doing the social media, like a lot of our core friends and family, we don't really I don't know what happened, but it's like we're moving in a different direction than a lot of people, but we're getting new friends. Yeah. So I appreciate you guys inviting me over and reaching out to us, because we're trying to. Now that I live in Sylvania, I used to live on the east side. I left the east side, so I'm now around all my friends. Yep. I got I've created a whole new friends and family over there.
Yep. Network.
And it's good.
It's all good. It's all community.
I still love everybody. I still love all my friends and all my family. It's just that we're growing. Instead of growing together, we're growing more apart.
Yep.
From me, my business, my social media. Not everybody likes the camera. Not everybody likes to be on a podcast. Not everybody finds that.
I don't put myself out there that often. Even, in terms of social media, it's always be Dez is the one that puts the posts out there, tags me.
Yeah.
But I'm not familiar with any social media, just to be honest. So.
Yeah, right.
You do your dogs.
I was kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No, he's got reels every day. You two
used to work out.
You two are doing the reels every day. Real.
And it's not to be annoying. I honestly just love capturing the moment, and I love looking back on stuff, and it's passionate for me. I did a nice reel on our weekend we had in.
There's no shade. You put an epic reel together. A couple epic reels. One, we had a little vacay up in Lake James, Lake Jimerson.
Yeah.
Where we spent a week with family. We kept bringing different families in. My wife's side, my mom, my dad. My mom and dad are split apart. So
our buddy Cook.
Yeah, our buddy Cook. Shout out to Jim Cook. He was our chauffeur on the lake.
Yeah,
he was our chauffeur on the lake for the week. But
we were small but mighty.
Yep, cousin Ruben, he showed up. Rhubar. Yep.
Shout out Santos Logistics.
Santos Logistics, yeah, for sure. But we had a lot of family come together. Dude put together epic reel. Just captured a lot, man. It's pretty cool.
It's just important to me. And I want to look back on those. I'm like, man, that weekend was amazing.
Yeah, you're right.
And just like the reunion, I made a good reel, and it's not about being annoying. It's not about I take too many pictures. It's just I honestly just care, and I just what I do. I love looking back on memories and just man, we've had some times.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and you inspire people, dude. how you don't even understand how many people they probably don't like the stuff that some people don't like it,
but they're still watching.
So many people that have told me, Yogi, you inspire me. You got out of prison 5 years ago. You do this. You've created.
That's all that matters,
this.
man.
Yeah.
You're touching one person. You know, if you're changing one person's life with your inspiration, it's worth it.
I lost a bunch of weight. I've created this podcast. I get to sit. You know that nowadays there's really no community. People aren't talking as much, so it feels good to sit down with a different person every week and just chit chat and just talk about something. You know?
Yeah, that's great though.
I think it's amazing. I love watching other people's stuff. And another thing that I think is important too, okay, social media can control our lives, right?
Correct.
But when you're creating social media, you don't have that much time to watch it. Because I create.
Yep.
And I try to think of what I'm going to write and what I'm going to make and what picture I'm going to take. But I'm not really that worried about
what everybody else is
watching.
doing.
Yeah.
I might scroll, a couple of times a day, say happy birthday to the people, throw some emojis up, every once in a while.
The old bicep one.
Yeah, I kind of changed it up. I just started the cross, the prayer. But I don't want to be a 100% absorber. I want to be a creator.
Well, that's good, man. It's awesome.
So, and inspire people as I go.
Yeah.
I think we all inspire people, man. We all inspire, even people we don't even know we're inspiring.
Oh, for sure.
So it's good to do it, I think.
Yeah.
I don't care if someone don't like it, don't watch it. That's
how I feel too. So it's like, you know what? It is what it is, and if you don't like it,
yeah, don't watch it. I love everybody, and I would love everybody to watch it. But also, I know that not everybody's gonna like me working out or my podcast. Or me, putting, my business out there. People probably get tired of me talking about my business, my podcast, my working out. But
hey,
it makes me feel good.
Yeah, you do you.
For sure.
Yeah. And then I can't. And then you guys, I always thought you guys having this cookout thing. You guys said something about the hermanos.
Pedrosa's hermanos.
I don't know.
So we had
hermanos meats or something. I don't know what we were talking about.
Pedrosa Hermanos Catering.
Yeah. We had our first debut. I'll call it our first debut. Was at the Unisons where we work. There was a Hispanic Heritage Month that we put on. And I will say we put on. We did add a lot of support. I will give plenty of shout out to
Plenty of support.
People pitching in.
Yeah, a lot of people pitching in, coworkers.
It was definitely not just us. It was a community of Anderson's people, and it couldn't have gone on without any of those guys.
So I'm part of like they call it an ERG, which is an employee resource group, but it's like an affinity group. So I'm part of a multicultural diversity group. Part of that, I took the lead on Hispanic Heritage Month. So just took it as an opportunity for us to just break bread with people, show some cooking skills. So like that was one where he threw down on some carnitas, I threw down on some carne guisada, fideo, frijoles. We had it all, and so we
a lot of other people brought in some desserts.
Flan,
flan. There was a couple different salsitas and chips, and I was up all night cooking them pork butts, but it was good.
I guess just back to, being able to, again, we're cooking, that's how we show love. But also just being able to, that was like our step into like, damn man, maybe that's something we could do because everybody loved it,
Yeah. And then imagine doing like a wedding or a quinceañera on the weekend.
Right.
And then you guys get $2,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just to cook. Because the thing is, I've shopped around for, it's thousands of dollars to get a wedding or a quinceañera catered.
Yeah.
So if you guys could come up with a way where you guys make the food and cater it on a weekend, it's not gonna happen every weekend. It might one day, but in the beginning, you just make a couple $2,000, $3,000 on a weekend.
Quinces or weddings or whatever.
Yeah.
Graduation parties.
And I honestly don't think that's too far out of the way for us. Like, I'm more than ready for that.
That's what I'm saying.
So
and then you guys can incorporate social media and grow it because the best way to grow something is through social media.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, we threw down 6 or 7 pork butts for the reunion. So
Yeah,
It's
It's doable.
it's doable, and it's definitely something that we have a passion in, and we've thought about, and we've definitely thrown around the idea, and who knows what the future holds.
Yeah,
so.
and I will. I think me, I could help you guys spread the word, put it on my social media. My wife, we can do a TikToks, we can do this and that. Sure. Like any business that opens up, if somebody was to give me and my wife the opportunity, we could help it grow. I could go live at an event. I could, my wife could make some TikToks about it, something like that. But it's just that no one's ever reached out to us about this stuff. But I know with, I got almost 2,000 people on this show. I got 4,000 people on my Facebook. I got 7,000 people on my TikTok. If we really wanted to start a business, because I've never sold anything. If you guys look, I don't promote my cleaning business. I've never sold a shirt. I've never sold anything. Because like I told you, I don't focus anything about money. But if I ever really wanted to, I think I could start promoting some kind of...
For sure.
Little Latinos.
So yeah, remember we were talking about
The shirt company?
The shirt company. Merch.
Yeah, man.
Get merch going.
We've, just looking back, we're hustlers, man. There's never been a lazy bone in our bodies. Ever since I could work, I work. And, I've had my own landscaping company I did for years and years. And, just got a little bit more of a title at work. So I wasn't able to, pursue that and get, secure that I could get everyone's lawn done during the week. So kind of did away with that. But
find a new passion and maybe less labor intensive.
Yeah, exactly.
And more passionate about it,
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, for sure. But we've always been about, the work. And that's something our dad instilled in us throughout our childhood, and making sure the dishes were done before we came home, and all that stuff when we were younger. Just appreciate nowadays to we come home and have a clean house, and dishes aren't piled up, and I hold myself accountable to making my house look good, and I have no shame in anyone coming over and cooking them a meal, and them seeing my house. I mean, it ain't much, but it's mine. You know what I mean?
I like your. I seen you guys did like the kitchen one day.
I bought a fixer upper. Right?
He did a good bulk of the work, but I helped him on a couple.
He's helped me.
Projects.
My buddy Josh, electrician, he's helped me with all the electrical stuff. So shout out to him too.
You transformed the whole kitchen.
It was out there. It was definitely outdated. So I bought a fixer upper in 2020, and right before the crisis hit, and got the good interest rate. Got the good interest rate locked in, so it's all been good. But the biggest struggle was the outside, and I came from landscaping, and I was like, that ain't no issue. I was like, that's just an eyesore for me, but I'll slowly tackle that. So I've had a lot of neighbors come around, and they're like, man, like you've transformed this house into I'm humble about it. I've put a lot of man hours in there, a lot of sweat. Inside, I did the bathroom. My brother Dan and like the others, they helped me with the kitchen. So it's like slowly getting there, but proud of it.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
Should be proud of it.
Very nice house.
I'm still waiting for my first house, man. I live in a condo in Sylvania, but I've been promising my wife that one day we're gonna have our own house, and I'm still trying to build a business to get to the house,
Yep.
Because I don't want to get the house and then still be struggling to get.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want to ever have to fall back. I want to make sure the business is doing real good before, and that's what I say. You guys are corporate guys. You guys work for corporate, business and stuff. But it would always be good to have a side hustle for you guys, because at the end of the day, that's something that's going to last even after you guys don't. Even after you guys can't work at the Andersons, you guys can be 65, retire from the Andersons, but that catering company can go. That shirt company can go. It can keep going. You can hand that to your kids. You can hand it to your family. It could be a family business. It could be the Pedroza Brothers, catering company that could go for the next 100 years, 200 years, even after we're completely gone. Like my business, Toledo's Best Cleaning, I don't think about just for me. I think about maybe one day I'll be gone and Toledo's Best Cleaning will still be here. You know?
Yeah, legacy.
What's legacy of it?
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know if you know this, but you know, Dan the man over here has been cutting his own hair since he could hold the mirror behind his head.
Really?
So
Yeah.
So
That's another little retirement gig I thought about doing, a little
like
side
a
hustle.
barbershop type?
Yeah, going and getting.
the barbershop.
Yeah, for sure. I've saved myself a lot of money over the years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Hey, I had to pay for my first haircut today in like a while.
No, for
I was a
real?
little upset about
Yeah,
it.
Dan was booked up.
Dan was booked
I'm
up.
cutting long here, bro. I can't cut your hair. I'm still
I was like, man.
He had to go to not so great clips.
Not so great clips. Hey, shout out Sylvia.
Yeah. But you did. I mean, she looked good. You did a good job.
She's yeah,
You got like a
not bad.
your little like a mohawk type cut deal.
Yeah, a little
Because
bit
you got
like
the
that.
little like it's like spiky up like that. But that's cool, man.
It's all
That's
good
nice.
though. No, but yeah, Dan's been fading me up and fading a lot of people, a lot of family, a lot of
I did not
friends.
know that, dude.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe I have to come to you one day.
And then,
Yeah,
then he adds a little bit of the tiger stripes that I'm known for. So
Okay.
Little backyard barbershop going on.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
cool.
Hopefully the regulators don't come and get me. But
hopefully the HOA don't catch us one of these days.
right.
Why not allowed to do that? Oh, no.
You're not allowed to you can't legally get money for barbering unless you're licensed.
Yeah, you're licensed.
So
Yeah,
Luckily, I pay him in white
yeah,
clothes.
he doesn't. Yeah, he pays me in white clothes.
Yeah, there's people at the shops that don't even have their freaking license.
Yeah, I
so
know.
It's not a big deal.
Yep.
It is what it is, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So I will say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of side businesses, I do have.
Oh yeah. Tell me all about your side business.
Yeah, so the Pedrosa camper rentals.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me and my ex bought a camper back in 3 years ago. We travel to dog shows all the time. So dog shows come with you gotta stay in a hotel. We're always at new cities. That stuff adds up. So why not? Pretty much most of the dog shows are at like a fairground. So a lot of people have RVs, a lot of people have campers. So we went down the route of buying our own camper. Since we split, I took over the camper. Last year I had a buddy, Vic Gonzalez. He's a team lift. He does a lot of stuff around Toledo, and he's a Toledo firefighter. So shout out Lift. He just rented the camper last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he's doing great things. I know he's a merch guy. So if you ever see any Lift gear, that's my buddy Victor Gonzalez.
Oh yeah. No,
Big
I
Vic.
have seen that.
Yeah, so Team Lift. So
Yeah.
Laura Edgell, all them, they wear all that stuff, promote it. Yeah, so
I know.
It's good gear. It's got a good logo.
we all my friends,
I got me a
family's
couple
into
tees.
it. Brother Gabe's got some gear.
Couple tees, couple hats, man.
Yeah, so that's Vic. He's had his little side business for a while. He took a little bit of a break, but he's he's back at it. And he does all the merch, all the hats, he does flags, he does all that stuff. So it's cool. But no, I was gonna say my camper. So I got the camper, and last year was he used to rent his camper out. So he's out of it now, but he was successful with it, and I was like, I kind of got the idea of, man, I got this asset just sitting there at the lock it up storage. Why I'm not using it every weekend? Why don't I rent it out? So me and Vic went out for sushi one night, and we were like, hey, what's all this rental about? He told me about the Outdoorsy site. There's RVZ and all these little platforms that you can put your camper on.
Okay.
So registered everything, got everything all squared away, and I've been last year was my first year renting it out, and I'm into this year too, and it's only getting better. So someone goes to the website Outdoorsy, they select the dates, what they want, make sure the vehicle's suitable to pool the camper, which I got a 22-foot camper, but it's small but mighty. It's got a slide out, it's got everything you need. It can sleep up to 6 to 8 people. It's only less than 4,000 pounds to pull, so like any SUV can pull it, which is great because I've had a lot of people that don't have trucks.
He's hosted us at a couple of reunions. My wife and I, 2 kids, couple dogs. And we fit comfortably. It's not.
Yeah, it's
like I said. It's plenty of
room in a small package. I would say
Yep.
it's everything you need. It's got the awning, the slide out, outdoor lights. Solar power, all that stuff. So. It's been good. I met a guy today, and they're going to Onstead, Michigan today. I met with them and a couple and their child. They're going there for the weekend and having a good time. Like I said, my buddy Vic rented it last week. I had a guy beginning of the year rented it, him and his 2 kids, and they went around the whole Great Lakes.
Wow.
So it's pretty cool.
That's cool. And then so when you can block out the days that you're going to for your dog shows.
So that's what's great
It's
about
almost like a VRBO or whatever,
Yeah.
like Airbnb, where
Airbnb.
you pick your dates. You got a platform.
So the platform's got the calendar. I can block out dates like our family reunion was the first time I've used it myself this year. So you block out those dates, or if Dan and Desi and the kids want to use it, they used it a couple times last year. Like, hey, I'm gonna block out these dates. You guys want to use it? I've had a couple friends reach out. That's always welcome to them first.
Yeah.
But when I'm not using it, it's on those sites. And I just had a guy from Florida contact me, and he's coming up, and I got to go park it in Woodville. He's going to stay at his sister's driveway for almost 13 days.
That's cool.
So it's great.
And then how much is that per day? Like, let's just go on average.
So right now it's up on the websites for 117 a day, but you get discounts when it's more days.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a deposit. You got to purchase your own insurance for all the, obviously, you're towing someone else's camper.
Is there cleaning fees and all
like
that?
$100 cleaning fee, but all that stuff's calculated and it's all done through the app, and
that's the best part.
Yeah, it's been successful. They put all the paperwork there. We just got to sign it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty easy process. You start the key exchange, and it's been good to me. All of our runners have been good and haven't trashed it. I don't allow it at festivals,
Yeah, you don't want it at the country concert.
Yeah. The unique thing about mine is I'll deliver it up to 75 miles, and I allow pets. I'm a big dog lover, so obviously pets are important. And you're with your family. You obviously have your pet at the campground. So.
Yeah. And you get to meet the people, and and they're vetted through the website. Their IDs, they got all their information.
Oh yeah.
And thankfully, but I've got nothing but 5 stars lately, so it's been good. They're really appreciative of how well stocked the camper is. So business is good.
And then so it's the same thing. Like, you get to rate them too. Like
for sure.
The customer. So like that, if it's a bad customer, they'll have a bad review.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I can do it vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Like Uber and all that.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
That's cool. That's a good little side hustle.
It is.
So we need a side hustle for you.
I know.
We need to get you that's what you do. You rent a Tesla, and then you rent it out to people on Turo. You ever heard of Turo?
Yeah. Oh, Turo. Yeah. But maybe just buy a Tesla.
I
Tesla truck.
One time I went to Cleveland, and I rented a Tesla, and I asked the guy, like, what do you do for a living? He said, I lease 2 Teslas and 2 Slingshots, and that's what I do for a living.
Wow.
He leases them, and then he rents them out to people. But it's like a big city. He said they're always rented out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that too. Like, there's
Toledo is kind of hard to rent out.
Summertime, you'll get some big bites, like on Slingshots and stuff like that. But Tesla,
But it's cool. I've been, I got 7 rentals already this summer, and I'm just appreciative that.
That's a nice little side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And then pretty soon the catering company, the shirt business.
Who knows? We'll have a little LLC going.
For sure. All right. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about? I think
we hit it all, man. We hit a lot.
No, that was great. It was. Thank you for having us on, and it was my
I didn't feel forced. This was I felt. I told Alex I was a little nervous coming on. Just like I didn't want it to be like real robotic, but this felt good.
I told him, like, hey man, like, let's just have a conversation. I said,
like, we're just chalking it up.
We're chalking it up, and it's not like we're promoting anything, but Pedrosa camper sales. I guess we kind of did, but no, it's all good though.
But it's all good, because like that, people can go out and outdoorsy.
Yeah,
right.
Outdoorsy.com or rvz.com and look at my posting.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So we might as well. I mean, just in case anybody wants to watch, rent it out. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys watch the podcast. Have faith, show love, give hope. Thank you guys so much for coming on my show. And hopefully, some of your family will get on here.
I'm excited. I'm excited because I think a lot of families gonna watch this, and they're gonna love it.
Yeah,
We're-
I appreciate
we're-
you having us on.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, appreciate you guys.
Thank you so
guys
much.
Yep.
Make sure you guys follow the podcast. If you guys could comment, subscribe, share, maybe put a little story about what these guys were about when they were younger.
Don't dig too
Yeah,
far.
don't
man.
bring out too many.
Put something on there and let the algorithm pick it up. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching I was gonna say Big Yogi's Garage, but thank you guys so much for watching. Have faith, show love, give hope, let go, and let God. Thank you.